Hybrid athletes, it's your coach, it's your friend, it's the hybrid checking in. Hybrid athletes, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing all my content as well. I got the most emails ever last video on that topic of ego, so definitely appreciate you guys sharing, subscribing with your friends and family. Today's video we're going to discuss a little bit on ego, but not too much, more on competitive drive. I think you're either born as a competitor or you're not, pretty much. I mean, I have some clients that, they're happy with hitting a certain number and it kind of ends there. And then, you have others that they're competitors, and that means that they want to beat everybody in their class and just keep working their way up the ranks. Myself, I'm a competitor. I'm a competitive person by nature. Competitiveness can likely be learned. However, I think when it's natural, it's a lot better. For me, it's natural. I've competed, in sports since the age of 3. Always hating to lose, always pushing myself to do better for me. And that just translates over into powerlifting. I've always trained with guys that are stronger than me. Why? Because I want to push myself to get better. And by training with people stronger than you, you're usually going to have to push yourself to try and keep up with them. And no better person than to do that with than Mr. Steve Goggins. The first person to squat 1,100 pounds. That just shows you he's a real competitor. So on this day, after surgery, he's in the gym pulling 615 for 5 reps. And mind you, that first rep didn't look easy. So after seeing something like that, I'm inclined to change my programming from 3 reps to 5 just because of the competitive nature and the relationship that we have. We compete pretty much on all lifts. And even before, I was strong enough to really compete with him, in my mind, I was competing with him. So we've been training together probably about 6 years now. And, in the first 3 or 4 years, I definitely was nowhere near his numbers. So it was definitely just me competing with him and him not knowing it. And now it's, in the past year and a half or so, it's gotten, a little bit better because, I've gotten a lot stronger and my numbers are a little bit closer to his. So, it's not an ego thing with us. It's really just we're both two really competitive people. And that's what you want in a training partner. Somebody that you can compete with. Somebody that's going to continuously push you and that knows your limits, and knows when to jump in and help you. And can recommend, the right sets for you. And that's the kind of relationship that, we have after, developing it over the years. So, just to kind of touch on ego, the difference is that, if it was ego, he's pulled 800 in the past 2 years. But, I never have even tried to pull 800 pounds. And he's never, told me to try and pull it because, I'm not at that level yet. I mean, definitely that's my goal. But, I still have a little time left. So, that's really the difference between, doing things out of ego's sake. Ego is when you try and do things that pretty much you already know you can't do, but you try and do them anyway. Versus competitiveness is, when you're actually battling with someone. You could win or they could win. That's, in my mind, competition. So I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, subscribe, share, and I'll talk with you next video.